What is going on, boys? It's been a minute.
Yo,
Let me get this banner off of here. I try to do all this fancy shit, and then I forget. There we go. We're on. Let me see
there we
T's
go.
bald ass head right off the
T's bald head just
jump.
right in the camera. That thing is gleaming. It's fresh
Yeah.
shaved.
It's not actually. It's time for me to go ahead and touch this bad boy up.
It's just maybe it's the light that's right on top of his dome right there.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
it's that,
telling-
and
yeah.
then just even I'm bald, so even if I don't shave, it's still gonna be shiny.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, man.
gentlemen, we I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, but we all are watching the Final Four without any stake in the game. You know, just well, let's go ahead and get this out there. Two of us on here know what it's like to win a tournament game this year. One of us
Oh my
does
God.
not.
Here we
One
go.
of us does not.
Here we go.
Oh
Here
man,
we go.
all that.
Yeah. One of us got an excuse matrix, and the other two
No,
don't. So,
no,
I mean,
no,
if we
no,
really
no,
want
no.
to
Excuse
get
me.
into all that,
I just said that maybe
Yeah.
we weren't a 3 seed if we didn't lose so many players in
Nah.
the season. But all that bitching about being an 8 seed just to get knocked off by Creighton.
Well, I mean, dude, we talked about it though. We talked about it as soon as we saw that matchup. We knew it was a bad
Yeah.
matchup because, I mean, those dudes. I think, we kind of talked about it a little bit. We got exposed by Clemson and by Duke in the last two games of the ACC tournament. Just our lack of a true presence on the inside. Like I love James Scott to death. He played great for us this year, but like if you need somebody that's going to lock down the interior on the defensive side, like that's not your guy. Yeah, I mean, we could not deal with the size, and then Creighton was just running out dudes that were, I mean, they're long, they're athletic, they can shoot. We did not shoot well. And like I said, they dominated us in the post, especially on their offensive side of the ball. So it was frustrating. I don't know, man. I still think the 8 seed was a little rough, and it puts you in a bad spot playing against teams. Those 8-9 games are always going to be a toss up, but
Yeah, those large whites from Creighton were giving you trouble all game. All game.
They were some big boys in there, man. Yeah, it was definitely tough to watch, but we'll see. We'll see if we can. We'll see what Kelsey's got in store in the transfer portal. See if we can get some size.
Well, we'll get there. I
But,
tell you what,
you
I mean, I joke around with the tournament games, but only two of us on this screen have not seen any transfer portal business really. Kentucky got one guy. You guys got three guards. That, I mean, who knows how it plays out? You're going to be real guard heavy, but dudes who can potentially be big time. The Twitter sphere says Pat Kelsey is cooking.
Yeah, man. I mean, looking at it right now, depending on whose rankings you look at, we got 3 of the top 10 dudes in the transfer portal. Really excited about getting Woolley out of Kennesaw State. I mean, I know like it's Conference USA, but the dude's putting up near 20 points a game. So anytime you can add a scorer like that, that is definitely great. And then I mean, all 3 of these guys. So between him, the dude Ryan Conwell from Xavier, and then Isaac McNeely from Virginia, which we know their offense was absolutely terrible this year, but he was the only one that was really putting up any kind of numbers. He led them in scoring. And all 3 of those dudes are 40+% shooters from 3-point, which we've seen in Kelsey's offense. We're going to put up threes. they might not always be the best shots, but we're going to put up 30 of them a game. So, you add a couple of 40% shooters from out there, and I'm kind of excited to see. It does worry me a little bit though that those are all guards, right? Because I don't think our guard play was what was the issue. I keep trying to look at this dude's name. There's a transfer from Charleston that played under Kelsey, big man who I think he went to, actually, sorry, wrong. There's a dude that's out of UAB that's a big man right now that just entered the transfer portal that people are talking about. Guys like 6'11", 260 or something like that. And apparently as soon as he dropped his name in, he like shot to the top of the rankings. I'll be able to find it here shortly. But if we could land him, get some actual true size, somebody who can not only score on the inside but defend the rim a little bit. I'll be excited. But we definitely got some athletes, that's for sure, between them and Markel Brown.
Yeah, you talking about Yaxel? You talking about Yaxel?
Yaxel.
Oh,
yeah.
So I haven't seen you guys tied to him. So
yeah.
So hey, I sent you the tweet. I sent y'all thought I was doing too much with the whole plane tracking thing, but
that was I didn't think you were doing too much. It's just doing a lot.
I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny.
But Yaxel's agent is in Minneapolis. They went out there. They saw him. There was a bunch of smoke. Like, hey, it's Kentucky, it's Michigan. And that was kind of a surprise because Yaxel was like, hey, this dude is league bound, like first round draft pick, some grades, some have a mid second, but a lot of late round first draft pick grades. So him considering college was a surprise. But then a lot of Kentucky, a lot of Michigan smoke. And then it started getting like real heavy to Kentucky. Like Pope was the only one that got a face-to-face with them, went and saw his agent. And then today it was like up in smoke. Like all of a sudden it's like, he's going to the NBA or Auburn now, a key player. And we did a space the night of the trip to the agent. And I was surprised that Auburn wasn't involved. Like On3 had Auburn, Alabama kind of like playing in the background because he's a legit Janai Broom replacement. That's an easy plug and play for Coach Pearl to put him in that position. But it does seem like that potentially Kentucky is a long shot. But hopefully that's because after some smoke, I think they're still in play. Let's just say that they're still in play. But hopefully, you know how I feel about this. If we lose him to the NBA, I'm good with it because like that's what he's doing.
Right.
If we lose him to Bruce Pearl, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
You're gonna cry.
I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But we got Cam from Tulane, like true 3-and-D guy. He I think he was 25th or 26th in the portal rankings, and we'll get into it in depth. But like Kentucky fans as a whole are losing their ever-loving minds because Pope will make contact with X player, Pope will make contact with Y player, and then they'll go and they'll end up committing somewhere else, and it's always Pope's missing. He can't actually recruit. And I think they forget what it looked like last year, right? When he had like 4 or 8 weeks to put together a roster. And some of these dudes weren't highly touted, at least not ranked, but they put together. So we'll get into all that. But T. All right. So we debated about this. We might as well just go ahead and get it on the show. All right. So yes, you beat us in the tournament and you sent us home. But in my mind, y'all lost the same weekend. The series looks 2-1, and I'm taking that as a Kentucky win.
Of course you are, because that's the side. Because that's the side that you're on. I will take having a losing record and ending your season every year. Yeah, every year,
dude. Let's change the perspective, right? Let's say right, okay. And this is not ever going to happen. Let's say that Louisville and Kentucky played twice a year in the regular season, right? And you lost us twice in the regular season, but then you end our season in the NCAA tournament. Which of those 3 wins are you taking? Which of those 3 wins are you taking? Would you rather win the 2 in the regular season and then us end your season in the NCAA tournament?
I don't have to answer that question.
Correct.
Well, I'm saying, theoretically,
we all know what the answer
theoretically
is. We all know,
I said theoretically. Because because you be on this show being like the regular season don't matter. We ended your season.
Yes. Correct.
You know
correct.
Like,
ended their season. You might be sent them home with the poo-poo face. Sent them home crying. And we played another game. It doesn't matter if it's the same weekend. We played.
It was just one other game, though.
It doesn't matter. Other is the key word here. Is the key word. And so
you just started this show by trying to shit on me because we lost in the first round. Your logic does not make sense.
It does not. Don't even try to justify. I will take.
Even Coach Evans agrees. Coach Evans agrees. He said you can't win this fight.
I will take it going that way every single season. If you give me every season going that way, we lose the regular season and end your entire season. Sign me up every time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, every time I'm taking that win. I would take 2 absolute ass whoopings in the regular season to end your season in the postseason, and you wouldn't hear anything. You would not hear the end of it until the next season.
You're going to get to hear it from me all the way until football season.
All the way.
Listen,
he's still going to hear it in football season.
That's true.
We know what their prospects.
We are not talking football season. I told you in the group chat. Like I ain't acted like football is like impressive. You know, I can't even do it yet. Richie's like changed the subject. Listen, I'm just
Richie doesn't want to talk about
all
it.
I know is the Rando household were all time University of Houston fans on that Sunday. It was like when y'all started making that when y'all started making that comeback and you got within 10, I was like, I swear to God, if Tennessee wins this game, just the whole Heavy Four Sports idea, the Motor Rivers idea, it's gone. Just dump it right now. Throw it in the shitter.
It's done. We don't even need to do it. We're done.
But thank the good Lord Almighty that did not happen.
In reality, I wouldn't say that was our ceiling, but that was about where I thought we would end up. Like my bracket, I had us losing to Houston in the Elite Eight. Like, could Tennessee have made the Final Four? Yes, but it would have taken our best game, and we didn't even come close to that. So it went about the way I expected it to. I thought we would have been a little more competitive. Glad we showed some fight and some pride at least in the second half, but that's about where I thought the tournament was going to end for us. So, and Coach Evans is correct. UK football goes 4-8.
I don't know. I was about to say I don't know who Coach Evans is, but I like this guy already.
He's a Kentucky fan.
I like this guy already. He's an honest.
Good, so he knows how to be honest. Unlike you, you need to take some notes from Coach Evans.
I try to take notes from Coach Evans. Yeah.
No, you don't.
We're going to be sitting here in September, and Kyle's going to be like, "Hey, man, I'm seeing 10-2 in the SEC."
No. I am thinking about.
We brought in one transfer from USC, and now he's about to be an All-American. Just gonna make stuff up, man.
Hey, no. But I am thinking about taking this is how embarrassing it is. Last year, the over-under for our season wins was 7.5. This year, it's 4.5.
Oh my God! Really?
We are Vandy. We're Vandy.
4.5.
Yes.
Really?
That's what rough. I saw. So but I'm thinking. But I am thinking about taking that bet. I am thinking about taking that over.
I might do. I'm telling you, you can luck into 5 wins this season. That's
worth a shot.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah. I did drop some money on the 7.5. And I did lose that money last year.
You did.
You sure did. Yeah. You lost that early. Early.
Well, we beat Ole Miss. We lost to South Carolina. I was like, damn, lose this money. Then we beat Ole Miss. I was like, we are back, baby. And then
we're back, baby.
Yeah. No Tennessee could make a Final Four. That is a place no volunteer has been.
Oh, yikes!
Okay,
there we go.
So
he says he's a Notre Dame fan.
They had the ability. Okay. They had the ability and the talent to make the Final Four. But in a way, I agree with you. I didn't think they were going to this year, but they certainly had the ability. I didn't think it was going to come together.
This shit every time, man. Every show, I forget about this damn light. Man. All right, 1 second.
It's me with my mic, Rando with the lights.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is why I just sit in the kitchen with my nice blind background here, where the light's not going to shut off.
The pilot.
I'm not allowed to do the show in the house anymore.
He's the only one who's got it all together. Us guys,
man, I don't know about all that.
Together.
Yo, hey,
a Notre Dame fan? Coach Evans. Just side note: when I was in the Marine Corps, I used to recruit out of Notre Dame, and South Bend is a terrible place. Notre Dame is a beautiful campus, but South Bend is horrible.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
It's a terrible place.
Yo, as we're talking about transfer portal and signings and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I'll give Pat his credit, right? We brought 3 dudes on campus. All 3 of those dudes have signed. Now, the one thing that I think all of us are waiting on. Well, maybe not T because he's not in the running, but Nate Ament holding out has got a lot of people clinging on by the stabs right now, trying to figure out where he's going to go. Because this man said he was going to announce it, during the McDonald's All-American stuff. Obviously didn't do that. So I want to know, in all honesty, because I don't think we're going to get him. I don't. I would love to.
So I don't think. I know Kentucky was like there was just rumors that Kentucky was making a play. I think your word needs to be Arkansas. I think Cal is bringing in Tyson chicken money and some some Walmart CEO money and saying, hey, go pay him it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Richie. I think that's right. I think honestly, I'm also worried about Duke because I think Shire has shown that he can pull young talent in as well.
I just don't know how you sell playing time with Boozer coming in and Ament and like they got a lot of talent coming in. So I mean,
but I mean, this kid's the number 4 prospect in the country, though, man. Like if he goes to a team, he's gonna play. Like he's gonna see burn. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, I guess you're worried about, I know it's different and like kids are worried about the stats and all that and your NIL money and this, that, and the third, but like wherever he goes, he is going to make a considerable amount of money for an 18-year-old kid. And he's definitely going to play. Like, but yeah, dude, like I said, there was a little while there where I thought we had reeled him in because, the Louisville fans are raising the money and they raise the highest amount of money for the fan bases. But, there's no real way to tell what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? With the outside NIL money and whatever deals they got going on. So I don't know, man. I'd love to have him. Michael Brown's been really getting after him as far as like being in his ear about this would be a great place for you to be, like good culture, whatever. But I don't know. I think Cal probably snuck in there. Just because it's been radio silence, because it seemed like a sure thing there for a second, and now it's like up in the air again.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, so I think the Kentucky stuff came from apparently him and Malachi Moreno are tight, or at least they were close during the McDonald's All-American game. But Cal told him he didn't want to talk recruiting during the NCAA tournament, and then Arkansas get bounced. All of a sudden, he changed his commitment date.
Because Cal had that extra recruiting time.
Yeah. But I mean, I could see it, right? Like Nate Ament's goal is going to the NBA. Cal's known for the one and done talent, get you to the league. And if on top of the ability to now pay him some money, I could see it. But yeah, I know there's a lot of folks trying to calm Cardinal Twitter down. But I've been out there stirring the pot like, hey, y'all need to be worried. Y'all need to be worried because this dude. And can I be real honest with you though? I think for your team to be successful, just like the Caleb Wilson information for Kentucky, like we went hard on Caleb Wilson. He decided to go to UNC. I would rather have an experienced junior, senior. 5-man with some thickness, with a little bit of weight in the cakes to come in here and play ball for me, right? That's what I would rather. Now, Nate Ament is a generational talent; he's going to be great,
right?
But like, if you talk about college ball success, I want a upperclassman who's been there, done that type thing. To be honest,
for sure, and that's I think that's where the transfer portal really did us well this year is having that experience. Obviously there were some gaps and the gaps got exposed late in the season, but we obviously don't win 28 games without the experience that we had in basically a team full of seniors.
You don't win 28 games if you're in any other conference other than the ACC.
My goodness, brother. Oh, give me a break. You act like we were playing close games, though. That's my thing. It's like, Duke's now, granted, Duke was beating them by 20, but like we were winning by double digits every game. And
Georgia Tech?
Only okay, you lost. All right, you lost games you weren't supposed to either, right? Right?
No, I forgot about those games. about those games.
Yeah, you're right. We lost. Yeah, that was a terrible game. Yeah. They played like Dookie in that one. But I'm saying like most of those wins were not close. and it was against teams where, you know, they're like, oh, you know, SMU's up and coming, 20-point dub. Like, you know, the same thing with, like, you know, that we played a tight game against Pitt the first time around, dominated them the second time around. Everybody thought that they were going to be, you know, top 2 or 3 in the league. It was a weak ass league. It was terrible. I hope it's way better next year. Brother, did you not just say you were a Notre Dame fan? You were playing in the same league. You were playing in the same
He knows.
league.
He knows.
He was playing.
But that's how he knows. That's how he knows. All right, T. What about your transfer portal news? I know Jacoby is a target that's projected. The kid from Vandy projected to come to Tennessee, but you got some holes to fill, man. So how you feeling about the transfer portal so far? Or same with Kentucky, the lack of transfer portal news.
Jacoby committed. So
he did. Was that tonight?
Yeah, that was earlier today.
I missed that one. Okay,
there you go.
But he's from Maryland. I think he's good. Yeah. He's good.
He's from Maryland. He averaged almost 15 points a game. So he's a scorer. But I don't know if he's like a point guard or a shooting guard. Either way, we gotta get the guards and the wings filled out. So yeah, I saw the kid from Vandy, which is cool because he gave us fits both times that we played them. But big man is not, like, upgrading never hurts, but that is not what we need to be addressing, right? Like, we got Akpara, Phillips coming back, JP Estrella will be healthy again next year. So like of guard and wing play vice big man, big man is not necessarily what we need to be addressing. So glad we got Gillespie. I saw that we're looking at some dude from Lincoln Memorial or Lower I don't know, LMU, a Division II school. I should know them because when I was in college, my basketball team played them, and they're from Tennessee. And there's some D2 guys that can fill it up. So who knows what he can do? I've seen a couple names get thrown about, but I don't watch these guys, so I'm not really getting excited about it until I see that we sign them, and then I check them out. If that makes any sense. Yeah, but from my understanding, the Gillespie one's a good one.
Yeah.
Jacoby. Go ahead.
Nah, let's go for it.
So I like the kid from the nice thing about the kid from Maryland is, like, you get a dude who's coming from a program who had success this year, right? Won games and has, a little bit of experience. So that's big. And then I agree. So, like, the idea of, like, pulling who we gonna land from the portal rando. All right, so I'll talk about that in a second. Who I think, but like, he played at X college or came from, can he do X, Y? Like, I don't, especially, I think that plays in football, right? I think physicality and the speed of the game, coming from different levels, I think there's a transition to that. And yes, the SEC is very physical, but, like, if a dude can ball, he can ball. Like, I think he can transition. Yeah. And you saw that with Chaz this year, right? Like, it took him a little bit to kind of click. And you thought it was more of the coaching. Like, Rick Barnes is just a hard ass, and maybe he didn't really, like, respond to that well. But you saw, like, Chaz Lanier flourish there. You saw, Colorado State ain't known to be, like, a massive ball program, and you had DK come in here and ball out and became a first-round pick. So, like,
Northern Colorado.
Cotton, okay. Yeah. So even a smaller school. So I ain't buying that. So who I think a transfer portal? How excited were people around Knoxville about Connect? Because I feel like
he had a pretty good reputation. He had a good reputation coming in. Nobody thought that he was going to be what he ended up being. I don't know that they thought he was just going to be, one of the best players in the country and the best in the SEC. But there was excitement about what he was going to bring to the program because of the reports that were coming internally from the ball club. So, and there was excitement about Chaz too. So it does seem like once we land these dudes and excitement comes out, so far they've been pretty accurate with it. But we didn't think DK was going to be what he was, but there was excitement for sure. And then Chaz, there was some good battles for him. So he was fairly coveted. I think more than, because when Kentucky trying to get him?
Yeah, heavy. So it wasn't known right away, but Kentucky went heavy on Chaz, and it started to fade. And the fading was we, we thought it was honestly it was hope. We took it as news of like Jackson Robinson's coming back, and those two aren't going to be able to like Chaz wants playing time, and Rick Barnes was selling like you can beat DK. You're going to get 30+ minutes a game. You're going to get however many shots you want a game. Like you're going to be in that role, and that's what Chaz wanted. So we end up losing out on him. But yeah, Kentucky definitely chased him. But Chaz Lanier, like Jackson Robinson was in the NBA draft, so like I'll take him out because he was he was a good get for Pope to get back. But Chaz Lanier and John L. Davis were like the two that they were like the bell of the ball last year in transfer portal. John L. went to Arkansas from FAU, and then you got Chaz Lanier from North Florida, right?
Yep.
Yeah, North Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. So and honestly, Chaz Lanier stat wise outperformed. Like John L. Davis finally started clicking when he got to the tournament, and like Cal figured some stuff out with him. But at the beginning of the season and into half of SEC play, John L. Davis did not play very well. They paid him a stupid amount of money, and I don't necessarily know that you'll say he earned that, but yeah, Chaz Lanier and John L. Davis were the two dudes that were like highly coveted, and Tennessee landed them. So
yeah. You know what I was gonna say is from Maryland, right? With Willard leaving, Queen has now said that he is non-committal on whether or not he's coming back. The dude that hit the game winner, the big man
he's got to go to the league. I think he's got to go to the league.
So I don't know though, and if he doesn't, that's another big name. And then also RJ Lewis from St. John's, because he's in the portal and in the draft, right? Like he's testing the waters. But I think he's pretty clearly, after he got benched, is not going back. I think that did not sit well with him at all. Yeah, Derek Queen is cold-blooded. That kid was unreal. Dude, he may go to the draft, but I'm saying if he throws his name in the transfer portal, it's going to be some fights over who gets that kid. And I think RJ Lewis,
and that's what's interesting about this whole thing is like that, and that's kind of how the Yaxel stuff started playing. Is like, depending on where he goes, I think Patrick Queen's a
Joe Biden. Who is this dude? Joe Biden's drug dealer.
So I was gonna look up where Patrick Queen or where he's expected to go, but like that's the thing is this NIL money. So if you do it before. You got 2 days. So, and 2 days is when the revenue share thing starts kicking in, and there's like restrictions. Queen will be in the NBA. Well, yeah, let me look.
I do. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I think if he puts his name in the draft, he's going to get picked up. But I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but yeah. So RJ Lewis, I'm curious because they said late first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's the same place Yaxel was. So like if someone, right. So say Queen gets offered by somebody $5 million,
right?
Like some outrageous amount. Late first round pick money for the NBA is like $2.5-3 million. Now it's over 3 years. But if you believe a coach that'll tell you like, I'm going to give you $5 million and I'm going to make you a top 15 pick, you have just compounded your money.
And then exactly, which makes everything so much more interesting now with that. Like that is one thing that the NIL has added, is because like you said, this kid could easily, with another year under his belt, go from being a late round to being a lottery pick. And he's got $5 million in his pocket, like you said, from somebody who can pay him that much to come play a year of college basketball. Now you get into like, well, you're risking injury, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Because like bad stuff does happen. But
Jackson Robinson,
right?
Jackson, God, damn it! What do I have to do for this life, man? I hate this thing.
You just get one of those oscillating fans, man, and just put it in front of it so it thinks there's some movement in there.
Need to grab a football and just start throwing at the light every 5 minutes.
What's this house got to be fancy? Like what happened to the old school just switch? Now it's got to be a motion thing. It's like just give me a switch so I can turn the damn light on. But
this dude is killing me right now.
Oh man, this is what Twitter is. Welcome to the live show.
Right, I'm telling you.
But all right, so you guys, you talk about something about Tennessee, so I can go get another drink. You think you could do that?
Do you think you could do that?
I'll get back on how we ended Kentucky season.
Go ahead. I'll talk about. You can talk about that. Go ahead.
This is gonna devolve. This is gonna devolve into the "how do we turn it off again" thing. It's just the end. We're like, Randall's gone. We got no idea what's going on. Flag going in the. Oh my goodness. This guy's really upset about us talking about Patrick Queen, or not Patrick Queen. I said Patrick Queen. Derek Queen going back to college again next year.
Well, we talked about it a few shows ago, and that's what I was saying. Like, hopefully, men's college basketball can get better again, because we haven't known who anybody is besides on our specific teams for years, because everybody is one and done. And now, hopefully, with NIL, you don't feel so pressed to go to the league because you can make money and honestly, like, life-changing type money. So there's no need to rush and go to a league now. Go ahead and stay. And you still make money. You get to enjoy life a little more, a little less pressure. So hopefully these guys can stick around and we can start getting some star power back in college basketball.
For sure. There's incentive now for dudes to stick around, where it was like before, it's like, I'm not getting paid nothing. So like, why would I stay here and not get paid anything? I'm just about to go to the league. So
Joe, hey, listen. All right, we've really hurt Joe Biden, drug dealers.
He's upset. He's upset. He is very upset right now. This is
like
hypothetical
conversation. This is hypothetical. Apparently, is so Joe Biden's drug dealer. It must be Queen's like second cousin or something.
He's not happy. He's in Queen's ear right now, telling him, you better go to the draft, otherwise these dudes are going to look real smart. And I'm not going to look very smart. And then he's going to be back on here telling us how.
We're just saying. Queen is an example of what could happen. I'm sure he's going to be a great NBA player and go into the draft. It is okay.
Richie, I'm with you on that, dude. I think you got to start contracting these players out if it's. But that's the only way schools are going to start having any control over this is if they start making contracts with this stuff. I think Jay Billis was talking about it the other day. Did y'all see that?
So I actually when we did Did you send it to us?
Yes.
Oh, damn. I must have missed that one.
Hey, look, I'm old. We're old, all right? We repeat the same stories. We all have kids. We just repeat the same stories over
as the senior citizen of the trio here, nobody else gets to use that excuse but me. So you got to find a different one.
No, but
I was just gonna say real quick, Rando. The D2 dude I was thinking about his name's Elijah Freeman from Lincoln Memorial. So it's right there in Harrogate, which is pretty close to because that's right on the border, right? And
Kentucky's been targeting him too. Yeah, he's very, very good, very talented.
Yeah, it looks like he averaged 19 a game. You know, that's even Division II ball. You know, me being a D2 guy,
you see his size.
A lot of it. He can play.
You see his size?
It says he's 6'8". So
yeah.
We'll take that. So him and then the only other name I see.
You cannot teach 6'8".
No, correct. You cannot teach size. That is for sure.
That, and then there's this 6'9" dude from Spain who is at Robert Morris that they're looking at.
Oh, you ain't getting him.
We got to get
Nah. That boy's coming to Kentucky. I'm
Richie already jumped in there. Richie
that's what Richie said.
He said, "Keep your hands off."
Hey, he is in the state of Tennessee, Richie. So even though he's right on the Kentucky border, he's still in our state. Yeah. So,
but I'm telling
I'm out of water.
So Alvaro F, because I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, from España, Kentucky lock. That is prototypical Pope dude. He is going to play.
It says on here. It says Kentucky is also interested. So
interested. Kentucky fishing with a bag right now. I'm telling you, they are going to get that dude. And I hope it happens this weekend. But if you watch his tape, so I had again no idea who this dude was from RMU, zero clue. And then all of a sudden he hits the portal and he's linked to Kentucky, and you start digging in the rabbit hole watching this tape. You're like, yo, this dude, this dude's all right. And he's like he's kind of, there was a kid from Reed Bailey from Davidson who I really liked. 6'10", easy Andrew Carr replacement. And then you watch this kid, and he's like a Carr / Amari Williams hybrid. Like, he ain't as big as Amari Williams. He's 6'9", 215, but he can pass the ball real well. Like, he sees the floor well, and he can stretch the floor. And he's actually honestly plays more physical in the paint than this Reed Bailey kid did, even though he's 15 pounds less according to ESPN. But I really like him. If you land him over Kentucky, I will be. I don't know. I can't even get the words out. That can't happen. It cannot happen.
You should still be feeling like that because we ended your season, by the way. Just remember that.
Oh, my God.
So go ahead.
Your ass is watching.
How you feel about that?
On my couch right now.
Richie, how you feel about that? Would you take – because Richie is clearly a Kentucky fan, but I appreciate his comment. So Rando is trying to lord the fact that they went 2-1, that Kentucky went 2-1 over Tennessee, but I'll take that every time.
Yo, he's the one that was saying that he was the one that was saying that Rando couldn't win that argument. I'm pretty sure he wanted to change the subject.
Coach Evans.
Coach Evans. Was that okay? My bad. Yeah.
So Coach Evans, I thought I told you
it's gonna be all your fault, T.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. So Coach Evans is Vic Evans from 102.7 The Game. So when we were doing the podcast and posting them, that was the guy posting.
Oh, damn! Appreciate you, Vic. My man.
We do appreciate you, Vic.
So I tagged him in when we went live because 102.7 The Game still working with us, which is really awesome of him to do. So he's part of that program. I didn't know he's a Notre Dame fan though, so I am going to hold him accountable for that because I need him to just solely bleed blue. But
I like
Richie's
I like it. Well, you did still get to see that, Richie. So
yeah, he did.
He
did. Just one game later than you wanted to.
Yeah.
You can have the regular season wins. That means nothing. Richie, dude, my guy. I need
a
little support.
Exactly.
So, you can lie on Twitter. It happens all the time. You can say things that you don't mean.
No, you don't do it on Twitter. You do it on the dang show. So,
yeah.
Well, whatever. Oh man. So the other dude, I think from the portal, Xavier Lee, again, another kid.
Yeah, somebody was talking about him earlier.
Somebody mentioned that's the dude from Princeton, right?
Who was it? Yeah.
Princeton. The dude can ball. He is. Someone posted on X, and this is tough to get. His defensive rating or efficiency rating is higher than Lamont Butler's was at Princeton. Again, you're playing Ivy League talent, which so it's like, who knows? Now, if you're comparing Ivy League talent to the ACC, it's much better. But to the SEC or anywhere else, who knows? But the word on the street is that, like, he was a guy behind the scenes that chatted, the kind of conversation we had with Coach Rasul of like how and how the things work behind the scenes, and talking to guys who aren't in the transfer portal yet, but we have connections who it's not quote unquote tampering. So like there was some talks happening apparently, and this dude went into the portal with a no contact clause, which no contact clause is a little bit different meaning now. It just means like my agent is going to work with you instead of me. But I'm hoping the fact that like he went into the portal, no contact clause, meaning he's going to go to Pope, play in that system. I really like his game a lot. Like I think he can be a dude that can start at point guard. Caden Lewis can come in and also do great things as that point guard 2 type role. So I'm excited for him to come in. We're also tied to the Jackson State kid Pierre. And Lowe from Pitt.
He can play.
Yeah, he can. If I had my choice, I'm gonna let him go.
I'm taking Lee. I'm taking Lee all day.
Lee, and then that the Pierre kid from Jackson State, he can play off the ball. He can play like in the 2 spot and come spell Otega Oweh.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Let me talk about. I'm gonna.
Uh-oh.
This is not to worry Kentucky fans at all. But I don't really give a shit about any of the portal news. I need a statement from Otega Oweh addressing Big Blue Nation that he is returning next year. Like, figure this out, guys. Figure it out. Like, it's been radio silent. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a bad thing. I don't know. But, like, I need to see him back in Kentucky next year. Like,
I mean, I haven't heard anything. You heard any whispers about him not coming back? Because I haven't heard anything.
Simulate the season.
Yeah, that's honestly like that's how we feel. Yeah. But that's like legit because like if my argument was like that we kept losing these guards, like Dent went, Demery went to UConn apparently for like $2.8 million. He barely played any minutes at Georgia, or he played. I should say that he played okay at Georgia, but like I didn't think he was worth damn near $3 million. But UConn paid him. Anyways, like Otega Oweh, if he hit the portal, he's a top 3 dude, right? Based off how he played last year.
Yeah, easily.
So we kept losing these guards, and everybody was freaking out. It's like, no, like we have the dude on our roster already. We gotta lock him down, and it's just like I don't know. Maybe we're all overthinking it, but it's I was hoping for like Kirk Reese came out and was like, hey, I'm transferring. Where he goes, who knows? But like apparently that was mutual for whatever reason. But Travis Perry, Trent Noah, now these are Kentucky boys. Like they have come out and said like, yep, 100%, we're going to be at Kentucky next year. And Otega always just kind of chilling. So it's like we need Tegatron back at Kentucky, and I need a statement. And honestly, like I need a statement from him more than I care about any other portal addition because I think the continuity in Pope's system on top of his talent outweighs whatever else you can get in the portal, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's like what you're talking about. It is tough. And I think we both kind of saw it early on in the year. It's like, you're trying to get these, basically a team full of dudes that have not played with each other at all on the same page and used to your system. And it can be very frustrating. And then it leads to you getting a 3 seed because, you have some slip ups early in the season. But yeah, I think, dude, yeah. Like I said, I haven't even heard any whispers about him not coming back, but that would be not great if Otega decided to go somewhere else. And I think
it's just causing anxiety, honestly. Like,
been
nothing.
If he did not come back, Big Blue Nation will be after Mark Pope. Like nothing you have ever seen.
You are 100% correct. They already exactly. Yeah, it's already.
They already are.
Like, yes, it's already like. Is it fire Mark Pope season because he can't land a guard that we don't really need? It's wild, man. But if Otega, honestly, I'm taking on the shins. Like the Twitter shins right now. Every time I protect Mark Pope,
taking the razor scooter to the shins.
Yes, yeah. Because it's like everybody's losing their mind, and there's some support. Richie's one of the ones that's like, hey, I'm going to trust Mark Pope.
The dude's had one season. He's had one.
And he
went to a Sweet 16.
Yeah,
one season.
Like, buddy, what? You know better. You know the fact that there is no like the rationality. Is that a word? Like. Yeah,
there is
the ability to think rationally, and Kentucky don't always do the thing. Right? They don't always.
You see this? He said Louisville Twitter doesn't have to come up with anything clever. They just retweet what Kentucky fans are saying.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, dude. I've been a Pope defender since they started getting on his ass, man. I think he did a great job. Like, obviously, will it ever be acceptable at UK to lose 10 games in a season? Like, people are always going to be on you because they just expect more. But at the same time, man, like the dude piecemealed together a team and got you to a Sweet 16. like year one of a system
Yeah.
that you like.
Yeah.
I don't understand after dealing with first round losses with Cal and all the craziness that came along with him in the last couple of years. I just truly do not understand how people cannot at least give him a little bit of grace. Not obviously if it doesn't pan out next season, who knows? But I'm saying like give the dude a couple of years. It's wild. Like it's wild to me the amount of Mark Pope hate that is out there right now. You have Ali Khalifa. What?
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's a Mark Pope beside. That's another thing. So here's how crazy Twitter is. Ali Khalifa lost all that weight when he got the I think it was a knee surgery, and he got all shredded and jacked up. And the first thing everybody did was retweet it and goes, "Oh, well, he was a fat ass under Mark Pope."
God dang, man.
Yeah, it was, honestly, tell me if you're in the chat. Tell me I'm lying. That's exactly what it was. Like, oh yeah.
This dude is taking up space.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, yeah. Well, he was at BYU with Mark Pope, and all he did was, just get fat and lazy. It's like, golly, this poor dude can't
catch a break, but he loses all that weight, gets jacked. Yeah. Like, but you used to be fat. People don't forget.
The good news for y'all is he comes from Kentucky. So he understands that pressure. I don't think he's surprised by what's coming at him. So he'll be fine. At least for a couple years. I mean, we see how fan base's pressure can break some folks, but I don't think it's coming as a surprise to him.
No, I don't think it's coming as a surprise. And I know he gets on the radio show and he talks about how much he loves it. He goes home and he goes, I hate these people. He has to. He has to go home and like when the cameras aren't around, there's no microphone. He's like, honestly, these Kentucky son of bitches, I hate like, and he don't curse a lot, like Garrett, because he's a good Mormon dude. But I guarantee he like whispers to his wife, so maybe like Jesus doesn't hear him, and he goes, "Fuck these people." He's like,
he goes in his walk-in closet and shuts the door and just lets it all out. Oh man, but yeah.
But dude, I do. If we do, I'll say this. False calls. I don't know what that means.
I don't
Joe,
know what that means.
To be honest, don't do your own product, my guy. It's not good for you.
If that's a good thing about Tennessee, I'm with you.
Don't get high on your own supply.
If we land the Alvaro kid and we land Lee, BBN kind of just they settle down a little bit. We just need something. I think that's the biggest thing. Is like we need some news because all the news has been like Kentucky contacts somebody and they don't get them. They don't understand. Like, I don't know. You know who Brandon Beane is, the GM for the Bills?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like him. I like him a lot. I'm not a Bills fan, Miami fan, but I like Brandon Beane a lot. And he did an interview and they asked him about like when somebody hits the draft market or trade market or like someone's thought to be a free agent. He's like, I hit them all up. He's like, because you never know what's going to happen. Like we didn't think we were going to get Stephon Diggs. We just reached out to the Minnesota and sure enough, it was like, oh shit, we can afford that. And they got Stephon Diggs and it made Josh Allen like a fucking MVP, So it's like Mark Pope reaching out to people is good. Stephon Diggs
that was a questionable MVP. I'm just saying.
No, not this year, but previous years. Was this his first year? Oh, this was his first year's MVP, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He made him all pro, maybe. He made him something great. But I agree. He was a questionable MVP. Lamar Jackson, I hate Louisville, but we talked about that on previous shows. There's don't do the thing. Don't do the thing. But there was some definitely Lamar Jackson. But what do we say?
Fatigue is what everybody says.
Fatigue. Sure. Yeah. They wanted to give it to, but like he made Josh Allen a better quarterback, right?
Oh,
so it's
for
like
sure.
if Mark Pope reaches out to X player and they're like, actually, I really want to play for Kentucky and I want to do it for a discount. Shit. Okay, sweet. Bring him in.
Richie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But so so it's like, yep. We don't forget.
We don't forget is that 30-point ass whooping y'all took this year. That's what we don't forget. That 4-8 season. I'm not. Because it's going to happen again next year.
That. What we do.
We're not talking about football right now,
is
Kyle.
Death, taxes, and Lamar Jackson fumbling that football is what's going to happen.
I'm telling you, golly.
But
he needs to be sitting there with some grippers at home, just grip strengthening away on them damn things. Yeah. I do not recall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, who y'all got this weekend?
I was just about to transition to that. So I'll go last because my picks, there is no analysis at all. It's just pure hate. So pure.
We know what direction. We know what direction Kyle's going.
Like that's anything new. Like you ever put real analysis? Anytime Kentucky,
don't do that. Don't
no analysis. So we're used to that.
That's rude. That's not true.
That is 100% true. Florida and Houston.
Really?
Oh, okay. So
Okay. I don't think there's any shot in hell that Cooper Flagg is losing to Houston. I think it's Florida and Duke, and then I have zero idea how that championship game plays out. None whatsoever.
Acting like Duke is about to just run through Houston is crazy.
I'm not saying they're going to run. I don't think, brother. You want to talk about defenses? Duke has an elite defense, and they have shown it in every game that they have played so far in this tournament. Duke had you're underplaying Duke's defense. Like obviously they got Cooper Flagg.
I'm counting Houston basically being the best defensive team in the country. Like that matters,
brother. Especially just because they shut down your offense.
They are good.
They are very good. They are very good. They are very good. Don't get me wrong. But
Houston, man.
Yeah, I'm not. I am acknowledging what Duke is.
So who do you got?
I got Duke in Florida, but I do not know how that championship game plays out. I don't think Auburn beats Florida. I just don't. Not the way Florida's been playing.
So my actual Duke wins with only 2 fouls.
Well, yeah. If the refs cheat for him, then there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's Doug Shows or the Anderson cat or Landis Poole, like the ones tied to like gambling on shit. Like we'll see how if they're reffing any of these games. So T, we're locked up. I zero chance. I'm picking Auburn and Bruce Pearl. So I'm
you knew Florida. That wasn't happening.
Yeah, I'm going Florida there. Even though Florida, honestly, like Walter Clayton Jr. has carried them to this Final Four. Both those games at the end, though, like they should have lost both the games, and he has taken the worst shots and has made them every single time.
I know.
Like it's
he's making like Steph Curry type shots. It is insane. No,
that offensive rebound that
Richie, we talked about this. The ACC is
we talked. We were in the group chat talking about that the other day. Yep.
Just because Duke wins, that means they had the best team, but the conference is still a terrible conference.
The conference was dog shit as a whole. It was terrible as a whole.
Yeah,
I can openly admit that, and I have never tried to say it was not.
Yeah.
Walter Clayton Jr.
Duke
man,
was
that dude.
Yeah, he's been bananas for sure.
He's like the offensive rebound. I was watching that on my phone. And he turned around and shot that. I was like, "What are you fucking doing?"
Yeah.
And then it
splash.
It was like,
splash.
Wow, wow. Just the game on the line.
Zero thought about it. No hesitation. No. I'm taking. Just get on my back, boys. We're going to the Final Four. I got you.
For the Pearl barbecue.
Oh damn.
But y'all can't make me hate Bruce Pearl because Bruce Pearl is who put Tennessee basketball on the map. So. Y'all ain't gonna make me hate Bruce Pearl.
Yeah,
dude, it's just something about it,
Michigan,
man. God.
Michigan State, man.
He's a slob, dude. He's an absolute slob.
I don't care. He's basketball.
the Marine in Kyle is coming out right now. He's just like,
he's just.
He's not a Marine. I don't need
he's
him
got
to be in
arms.
shape.
He's got arms. He's got arms this
shape.
big. He got arms this big. He's got a fucking gut this big. He's just sweating all the time. It's just like he's like, dude, come on. Just
why?
Gross,
why do you need him to be in shape?
I don't need him to be in shape. I'm just saying it adds to the. Listen, T, I'm not gonna say it out loud because I don't want to offend people. But you have said multiple times to me, there's a certain person that you hate or type of people that you hate. Right? Tell me I'm lying.
Oh boy! I'm gonna let you continue right now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to offend anybody though. So
if you are an excessive mass type, we don't like you around here.
Hey, I can't. Yeah, look, I can't. Yeah, you're right. I can't get with it, man.
And that's just the standard, right? That's just like our standard, because we all fucking,
Sorry. That's like my
your core, my core, our core, right?
Yeah. Hey,
we still live by the if your neck doesn't tape right, then we hold you accountable.
Yeah, that's
time to go beat some feet.
Yeah.
Yep. No, so I have Florida and I have Houston just because it's my bracket that I submitted was Florida Duke, but at this point, zero chance. I do not want Duke to win. I cannot cheer for that. So Houston, Florida, and then at that point, it won't be hate. It'll be more not necessarily fandom, but more because the way that he has been treated as a coach. Give me Kelvin Sampson to win the championship. I would be.
He's a great coach. He is a great coach.
Yeah. And the way he just kind of got dumped out of Indiana and whatnot, it's give him an opportunity, win a championship now. But Florida's going to be tough.
I'm telling you right now,
it's going to be a tough game.
If it's Florida and Houston, I don't see that going well for them. I really don't. Because Florida's been going up against SEC defenses all year and has been dogging them for the most part. So
Florida's just multiple. They're multiple in everything they have. They have two of everything. There's only one of Walter Clayton, to be honest. But outside of their guard play, again we talk about Creighton's big whites. They have Condon and Hall. They have these dudes who can just come in and there's obviously a downgrade between the starter and the guy coming off the bench, but they can fill a similar role, and it just puts other teams in a bind.
Yeah.
Todd Golden? Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to switch it a little bit, but the fact that all four of the Final Four are 1 seeds, are we seeing a shift because of NIL type stuff?
I honestly think so, because even in the Elite Eight, it was mostly 1s and 2 seeds, wasn't it?
Yeah. So this is the first time in years and years and years that we've had all 1 seeds, all chalk in the Final Four.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I gotta be honest.
Even the Elite Eight, you got 1-2, 1-3, 1-2, 1-2.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. There were very few big upsets this year.
Now, to be fair, I mean, so you had McNeese beat Clemson.
Yeah, well, that wasn't really an upset. Clemson was overrated, but they did beat you. But
you had Creighton beat Louisville. Louisville was very overrated, and Creighton got that done. But Colorado State was a buzzer beater away from getting from advancing. So the whole NIL has ruined college basketball. I can't buy it.
I am in no way saying ruined. I'm not saying anything about ruined. But what I'm saying is
no. But that's the J Will. That's the J Will and the so that's what's coming from your ESPN big time.
Dude, those are all dudes that couldn't. Those are all dudes that could. Most of them are dudes that wish they could have got paid the money that these kids are getting paid in college basketball, and they don't like it. And that's what it is. With you. That's what it is. They were taking their little side pocket money, in their brown bags from the boosters, and now these kids are just openly getting paid, and they don't like it.
But my point is, I'm okay. In the end, people get a little irritated come Final Four time when you got a Cinderella, but it's nice to get a Cinderella to like a Sweet 16.
Yeah.
But now that, a Kansas or a Tennessee or a UCLA can pay millions and millions and Robert Morris can't. And then Joe Biden's drug dealer just said it, transfer portal and NIL has
no
has eliminated Cinderellas.
No.
I'm sober.
That's funny.
Why? Yeah, okay.
I'm sober. I'm drinking water. So.
Why?
Yeah, T's the adult in the show. Yeah.
But yeah,
it's called heavy
pour
sports for a reason, dude.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was talking with my cousin about that. Like, if NIL is kind of what's eliminating the Cinderellas, it's only 1 year, right? So like, we need 2-3 more years to really get an idea, but on if that's the case. But I'm just curious what y'all's thoughts were.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there's always going to be dudes that, there's going to be the big names that obviously take the bulk of the NIL money. And that is inevitably going to lead to some smaller schools being able to maybe not throw as much money at some players that are still high-level talents, but just maybe weren't quite enough coming out of high school to get that big contract, if you will, from a big university. Yeah, and they'll take the money where they can get it to also be able to play. And so I think inevitably you're going to see some talent, but I do think that at this point, like, I don't want to say Cinderellas are dead, but it is a much steeper climb than it was prior to this light. It is a steeper climb now prior to the fact that people can just openly come out and be like, I'm paying you this much to come play. So why would you go to another school just because they're offering you playing time? Like, maybe you might not get as much burn here, but also you're going to make, hundreds of thousands more dollars coming here to maybe be the sixth man than you would there being the guy. So I don't know. It's going to take a couple years. I'm with you, T. It's going to take a couple years to kind of pan out, see where it lands. But, it is year one.
Yeah,
man, we really did. Did we really hurt this guy's feelings though? Like, he's just honest right now. I don't know what I did.
Yeah, I put on it. It's all right.
Did you pin that? I like that. That was good. You pinned that message.
Yeah. So I agree with both of you. Like, I don't think the NIL era has ruined college basketball. Like, if you look at the bracket this year, Calipari took what is it? What did I say? No, that's not what I said. I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
That is exactly what he said.
No, and this is live and recorded, so this is unfortunate. That's not. It's whatever. I said I don't like Bruce Pearl. That's what I was definitively saying I don't like Bruce Pearl. Now, why is up for interpretation, I think, still. But I'm definitely not pinning that one. I'm definitely not pinning that.
Don't pin
that one. Anyways, like, Bill Self was a 7th seed. Like, Kansas as a 7th seed, not normal. Coach Cal takes Arkansas, the team, damn near the exact team he was going to have in Kentucky, and it was a 10 seed. Baylor was an 8 seed. Like, so you have normally the programs that are at the top, not at the top in your 1 through 4 seeds. So, like, I think you have to look at that as well. So the fact that you had a BYU and they're not a Cinderella typically, but they're also not normally coveted as as like a going deep in the tournament. Pope didn't have the resources that they have now, and he got to tournament a couple times, but lost in the first round. You don't see some of these schools that were, highly ranked or 5 and above get that opportunity. And again, I also go back. Colorado State was one defensive stance away from advancing, so like they would have been considered a Cinderella. I think it's good for college basketball. I think the parity is good for college basketball. Now, I will say the one downfall is is you're not going to have, a team that can kind of grow and get there, because as soon as they show promise in the tournament, they're going to get plucked, right? As soon as you show, like Chaz Lanier, like he shows he can get a bucket, he's going to get plucked to a big school. The D2 guy you're talking about from LMU, like he as soon as he shows he can go get a bucket, he's gonna go to a bigger school. So maybe that's something where it's like there's not development at that level, but we talk about that with football and the guys we've had on the show before. Just like that's just the world, and I think it's okay that it takes a little bit of time to get either mentally or physically developed, and then you move on. Now the argument I think is dudes like Chaz Baker Mazara at Auburn, where he could be if he goes back to college, he's gonna be 26 playing college basketball.
Yeah, they gotta stop that.
Yeah, they got
that is wild. So like maybe that's the argument of like, hey, we're having like legit grown ass men playing against guys who came in at like 18, 19.
Pin that as well. If you can pin that.
All right.
Yeah.
What did it say?
He asked if Pat Kelsey is falling off the ride at Six Flags. The answer is absolutely not.
It doesn't matter.
All about 5'3", but he is also not the one that's going out on the court. So does it matter? No. And you know what? I'll lie about his height, and I'll knock them signs down so that he can go get on the roller coasters. Okay, after this year, I'll run through every single one of them rides at Six Flags, Kentucky, and knock those signs down for him.
Hey, they do have to stop with the like. For some reason, they think it's cool for the guy coming in, the recruit or the transfer, to put on the Pat Kelsey like black BCGs. They got to stop that. It ain't cool.
I don't care.
It's not cool.
If it brings transfers in, I don't care. I don't care.
Wrap the white tape around the middle, and like
that's the thing. Whatever. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't care. Do not care. Maybe Pope should start having people shave their friggin' heads when they come in, and maybe they stay. I don't know. Just be bald like Pope. That'll be their thing. And then maybe y'all will get somebody out the transfer portal. But I don't
it's
know.
A good look. It's a good look.
Yeah.
We can tell by your shiny head.
Let's go. Bring them in, baby. Bring them in.
So, AB, I don't know who do you have returning next year. I honestly do not know. I know who you're losing, but I don't know who's returning next year.
Yeah. So we'll get James Scott's coming back. We will still have.
Is that a red shirt year?
Yeah, I think, dude. I think it's one of those.
Did he
weird,
get a medical red shirt?
Yeah, I think it's either that or like a COVID year, one of the two. Okay. I don't know. I don't even know how this works anymore, man. People are playing 6-7 years in college basketball. I don't understand it. We got James Scott coming back, Kenai Roos, who saw kind of limited minutes, but I think he can be a good talent in this system. Javon Hadley will be back. That's big. Cason Pryor, depending on how he bounces back from that ACL, that was a pretty bad leg injury. So, that's always hit or miss how guys come back from that. And then we got your boy Ali Khalifa on the inside there. Mm-hmm. And then, we got a couple of bench players, but the water boy and Wiz Khalifa. Yeah, this dude. Oh, man. Yeah. So I really, really, the other guy I forgot about that we had signed, we got a dude from Germany, Sananda Furu. I think that's how you say his name. 6'11", 245. I guess he's been playing a couple years of professional ball over there, and I guess that passes for being able to have college eligibility in the United States. So he'll be coming out.
So is he? Do you know? So he's committed to Louisville. Does he have NCAA like thumbs up to play?
Yeah, that I don't know. That's
what we ran into with Big Z. Like he committed to Kentucky. It took forever for him to get eligibility because they said his pro ball he collected money, which is kind of wild because it's NIL era now.
Right.
Yeah. So it took him.
I don't know. I don't know the eligibility piece of it. That's why I caveated with that, because I don't really understand how you can play professional ball overseas and then come back and be like, oh, hey, I'm going to be an amateur essentially. But Cason Pryor, yuck, whatever, bro. That dude.
Yeah, I will disagree with Richie there. Like, I'm a USF alum. Like they paid for me to go to school there, so that's where I went. And I watched them. He's a problem. Like he's very streaky, and he's kind of in his head sometimes. But like that dude's a bucket. Like that's Birdman Jr. Essentially.
Yeah.
He can be a
it's
problem.
the energy, dude. Like I don't even need him to go out and score 15 points a game. The energy that he brought to the team early on in the season, and he was good defensively. Like that is what I would like to have back with him, because we're going to have hopefully scorers around him. But I need him to stop jacking up, 10 threes a game, because he was shooting like 15% from behind the arc, and he was killing us with that early in the season. But dude, I think he could be a good piece. But again, like, dude, it's always a coin flip. Dude blows out a knee, like you don't know what you're going to get when they come back. Whether he's going to be the same type of player or what.
So Waterman's done, or is he back?
No, Waterman's done. Yeah, Waterman's done. Chucky's gone. Edwards is gone. Rain Smith's gone. Who else did we lose?
Sprinkles is gone?
Yeah, man, he's out. Ansel Mibe, who didn't really play very much at all, but he was another big man that we had. He's gone. So we lost a considerable amount of people, but I think with the pieces together, again, we just need a big man. We need to go get a big man from somewhere, like a true big man. And that I think will be what we're missing. Vanilla Ice Pryor. Yeah, you're not wrong, dude. He does very much resemble something like that. That is true.
All right, T. How about y'all? Like you got some holes to fill.
Yeah, the only thing we got coming back, Bishop Boswell, who played a little bit, not a whole lot, because obviously we were super like senior heavy. We got him, JP Estrella, who was hurt all this season, Felix Akpara, and Cade Phillips. That's what's coming back. So, I mean, of people who provided any kind of contribution this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got nothing but holes to fill. I mean, I guess in a good way, that means we got a lot of scholarships. I think like six spots that.
I think they're passing where you get 15 on a roster now.
Well, we only had either 8 or 9 this whole season. So, yeah, I said Phillips. So, yeah, it's all we got to replace pretty much everything. Defensively, I like where we are on the interior with Akpara coming back. Phillips's energy, kind of like Black was talking about. He's a horrible finisher around the basket, but I love his effort. I love his energy. I love everything he brings, and I feel like his touch and all that is only going to improve as he works with Barnes and the staff. So
I like
that'll
Cade
improve.
Phillips.
Yeah, but I'll take him on the court any day because he brings effort and he brings energy, and that's that's where you start, and then everything else builds from there. Guard play though, that's a complete rebuild. So I can't really tell you much about what we got coming, because right now we only have one. I think we got 2 high schoolers that are committed, and the dude from Maryland. I think I read something about a guy from Virginia, but yeah, the only guard play that we have any kind of playing time coming back is Bishop Boswell, who was a good signing for us last year. So it'll be time for him to step up as a sophomore.
Yeah, so that like shoulder brace, neoprene sleeve thing Cade Phillips was wearing, did he suffer a shoulder injury this year, or is that just something he wears because that's just what he does?
No, he dislocated his shoulder, and then he played, like, I think he missed 1 game, and then he just wore that sleeve the rest of the thing. So not only does he give you good energy, but he's tough.
So that probably affects his finishing around the rim. We saw it with Lamont Butler. Like,
that's true. I hadn't thought about that.
Cade Phillips,
that's fair.
Yeah. So the Cade Phillips was definitely less restricted from what I saw, the gray like sleeve. But like Lamont Butler talked about when he went in the tournament play, like they paid for him to have a lighter brace that kept him in, because he's like, I could not finish around the rim. Like it affected his jump shot, even though his non-shooting shoulder affected everything. Like all the rhythm was off. So Like we saw Lamont Butler blow wide open layups in that game against Alabama in the SEC tournament. It's like not typically him. So if he can get healthy, that potentially helps you there too. But yeah, I will say if this 5th year rule passes for basketball like it's passed for football, then the door is wide open for y'all. That I think that's something that potentially, I don't know if Barnes is not chasing the portal because there's some rumblings that's going to happen, but like I'm taking a 5th year Jordan Gainey. Like I'm bringing that dude back and I'm letting him like be the dude for my team if I have the opportunity. Like I'm a big Jordan Gainey fan, and I think they should have given him the maybe more run or the opportunity to kind of have that number 1 role. But how do you feel about that if they pass that 5th year deal and you get someone like that back?
I've been high on Gainey since we got him.
Yeah.
So I'd be all about it. And if they can find a way to go ahead and grant that 5th year and then still put an age cap on it, like like you said, we don't need 26-year-olds out here and all that. But if you play 5 years, you're still 22, maybe 23, so you're not like egregiously old. Yeah, I'd love to get Gainey back. I'd be all about it. Meshack, be down to get him back. I can't.
What about give me your honest opinion about Ziegler though? Honest opinion about Ziegler, because I think at some point
I love Zakai Ziegler. I love him.
And as a fan,
No,
this
is where we got cut off.
Like
last
take
time.
You to the next step. As a dude that we can take you to the next step, is Z that guy?
I mean, he's got to be right. I don't know why he wouldn't be.
He hasn't been.
Tennessee's. Well, he didn't get to play last year, or Kennedy Chandler's year, right? Because he ended up getting hurt. So, but he's the SEC or Tennessee's all-time leading assist guy, and top whatever in the SEC. So he can obviously run the point how you need him to. So I would absolutely bring Zakai back. And so now you match him up with that dude from Maryland who can get you points. Maybe Zakai can pull back from feeling the need to score so much, and can get more focused in on just running the team, and then give you 10 points a game instead of feeling the need to have to score 16 to 18, and putting forth all that defensive effort like he does and all that. But no, I'm never going to complain about getting the Zakai Ziegler back. I think I was talking with my family, where is he in the pecking order of all time Tennessee ball players? I mean, he's definitely a top 10 guy, legacy wise, production wise, all that. Definitely the best point guard we've ever had, career wise. So no, I can't be mad about
he's probably I would say he's probably a Mount Rushmore type guy for Tennessee. I don't know, but arguably, right? You can Tennessee fans can argue that, but like I think someone put him on there. I just don't know if he's like the guy. Like it's something like I've made the comment of like if in the NIL era. Yes. Well, I'm not only running on solar out here in California. I'm running on fancy ass like motion stuff. Like I got
everything's got to be energy saving around here. We got a bunch of motion detected bullshit.
Yeah. But like, I made the comment of like just joking around. Like you can play. You should be able to play college ball as long as they want to pay you. Like honestly, like. Because eventually, like the talent is diminishing returns, and it's not going to be worth it. You can go play at like Cal Poly Tech; they'll pay you $100 a game or something like that. And you're like, whatever. That's if you want to play
Absolutely
that at 40, go for it.
Absolutely not. I don't agree with that statement.
No.
I'm being sarcastic. But I'm like, if like Z comes back, eventually it's like, okay, like yes, he's an all-time Tennessee great, but like I don't know if he's going to be the dude to carry us to a national championship is my only thing, because he's going to require money and other things that it's going to reduce your roster. But maybe
theoretically he wasn't though, right? Theoretically, last year it was DK, and this year it was Chaz. Zakai is running the team, but the guy who was supposed to carry us to the pinnacle was Dalton Connect last year, and Chaz this year. The team is offensively was built around them, and then Zakai is just running the show.
Yeah. You don't think that Tennessee having to pay him in the transfer era like limited what they could put around for the roster? I don't know if he took a hometown friendly. I don't know what Z's NIL value or what he brought in.
Got to restructure the deal.
No, I don't think so. Because I don't even remember the kid's name now. But remember, we had that dude leave like mid-season or whatever, and then Estrella got hurt. So like we had a really well constructed team, and then injury and then random transfer just kind of broke that down a little bit. But honestly, where we were weakest was probably a fourth big man and maybe one wing, and that's probably more about who can you identify and grab in the portal. And so far, I think we've been able to do a good job. Like I said, I mean, I think our ceiling was Final Four. We didn't play well enough in the Elite Eight, but I thought we had a team constructed with a really high ceiling. So it just
I told Alex I thought Kentucky's floor was the Elite Eight based off the matchup, and I just thought we were going to get a different team against Tennessee. Like honestly, I was nervous the entire time. I was like, this is the math can tell me everything it wants to tell me about if you play a team a third time. Like we played Alabama, they beat us a third time. Like it's eventually like matchups make fights, and if you can't beat a dude, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose that dude. But we regressed so much in that first half, giving up 9 offensive rebounds and second chance points. It was just not the same team that we had saw post the embarrassment at Ole Miss. So like that, I don't know what to say about that. But for us returning, you got I think some of these guys are getting slept on. Braden Garrison hopefully returns. I haven't heard anything about him. I know that early on there was some stuff about him transferring, but like he's a true stretch 5. I think he can really, really step up next year. You got we already talked about Otega Oweh. He's got to come back. Like figure out a way to pay that man, get him back in Lexington. But the guys that we know are coming back, Trent Noah, Travis Perry, and Colin Chandler. I think Colin Chandler and Trent Noah are the 2 dudes who can actually do something next year on the roster. Travis Perry, I think, is talented. He's a natural 2 guard. Pope had to play in point because of all the injuries, and he played some big games. But you could see that he's a more of a natural scorer. He can be a liability on defense. He is a liability on defense, to be honest. I think that he can improve there. I actually used Zakai Ziegler because there was a lot of Kentucky fans who were saying Travis Perry needs to transfer. He can't handle SEC play. Yes, he's the all-time leader in Kentucky high school basketball, Kentucky Gatorade Player of the Year, but he can't handle the SEC. And I looked up Zakai Ziegler's stats. I was like, go look at Z's first 2 years at Tennessee, and then go look at Travis Perry's first year at Kentucky, and then see what Zakai Ziegler became in his 4th year. Like sometimes it takes an undersized dude to learn the game, become if you have a good basketball IQ, you can figure it out. And you can figure out a way to be an elite college guard without having the physical attributes. So I believe he can do something. I don't think it's going to be next year. Travis Perry has the body. Colin Chandler has the body, and he has if Pope does a good job recruiting Perry, no, it won't play.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
The comment? No. Yeah. Trent Noah, I don't know. Trent Noah, I don't know. I'll pin it. Because I think he's actually a very good stretch 4. He's a hustle guy. Y'all talked about energy before. Trent Noah made plays that save Kentucky games that aren't necessarily box score things because it's a bad out that he gets for offensive rebound, or he some of the big shots he made against you. Like, honestly, like Trent
I was
Noah
going to say Perry and Noah beat. Yeah, they beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. That second
so
time.
They show they had the talent. Trent Noah, I think, gets some run next year. Travis Perry, we'll see. But I think the biggest step, I'm very, very excited to see Colin Chandler. The one thing I did not like about Pope's second half offense, or just game plan in general, like we outplayed Tennessee in the second half. It wasn't enough to make up for the first half where we got embarrassed. But when Colin Chandler hit that step back three on Zakai Ziegler, and he looked at Otega Owe and said, "You like that? I got more of it." Like, I was like, that dude better play 20 minutes in the second half. Like, you gotta like absolutely like let him cook, because he's shown the ability to let just be like a microwave type scorer and go off. And then he just didn't get a lot of run in the second half. And Pope shrunk his rotation and trusted the seniors. And again, we beat you in the second half, but it wasn't enough to actually like make the game actually close.
What do you remember? We did the show, and I said that y'all shot the first two games. Y'all shot 50%. I think 12 for 24 both times. And I said you're not going to, but you still shot 40%, which is a really good percentage. But the difference is we ran you off the 3-point line. You lost. I think you only had 15 attempts. So
and we shot 20% in the first half.
Yeah, so we didn't give you a chance this time to get in a 3-point shooting rhythm, whereas the first two games we just letting y'all bomb them all over the place, and that was the big difference.
Yeah, so I think I said this in the group chat. Maybe I didn't. When Kobe Bryant came out and Chaz Lanier was all up in his mug, and he hit that first shot, like it was a bad shot, and it dropped. And I said, boy, he hates Tennessee. Like, Tennessee is in for a problem tonight.
Yeah.
And
then I got nervous when he made that one. Yeah, I got nervous when he made that too.
Soon as he dropped first shot of the game, boom, dropped it. I was like, here we go. Kobe's in it. And then he went absolutely silent the rest of it. He took terrible shots. Like,
loved it.
The shots he took, especially at Kentucky at the end of that game, were like 28 footers that he was dropping that people weren't guarding him on, that he can make, but we weren't expecting him to pull. He went 1 for 7. So like he had 5 points in that game. And Lamont Butler. So we actually, Buzz Baker, big time Kentucky media guy, voice of Kentucky sport, interviews Pope and does all Goose Given stuff and everything for Kentucky basketball and Kentucky athletics as a whole, actually. He and Tristan Ferris, we did a show last Sunday on the Round of Shots, the team that does their show. And they were talking about how like the backdrop was. And then when we talked about that, I sent you the stats and whatnot about the playing in a football stadium. We talked about that. And they said like the backdrop was like terrible. It was all like blacked out. It was, the depth was just not good. And Buzz Baker was talking about like he thinks Coach Pope will look to do a stadium game, like in the early season, to see if he can fix that. And I brought up the dude who like played the best for us was Lamont Butler, who had been in that situation before. He had played in like a stadium in the Final Four, like he had been there before, and he had his best game since coming back from injury. So I do think there's a correlation between like being there, doing that, from like the walk-in, the being different, playing with the depth perception. I do think that was different. And I will sell that based off your 3-point performance and Chaz's performance against Houston, where y'all went 1 for 15 in the first half, and that buried you guys to not be able to come back, even though you had a great second half. Just wasn't enough. So I do think there's some validity in not being in that situation before and playing in a stadium and it affecting your shot. And we know why Kobe Bryant and some of our guys just struggled in that game.
It's not a bad point. Look, Black's over there falling asleep. It's not even me this time.
I'm reading his comments. Joe Biden over here just keeps throwing comments in. I'm listening to y'all trying to read what he's saying too.
They're good ones though.
Yeah.
I'm with those.
Yeah.
We are at an hour and a half though.
Yeah. And T started the group chat with like, "Hey, I don't think I got it in me to do this thing."
Yeah, he sure didn't. Yeah, he was like 10 o'clock, man. That's late. Now
it is late.
Now it's 11:30 his time.
You got to understand. 5 minutes. 5 minutes with my kids. That's like 8 hours.
Let me know when you got 4 of them.
No, I will not, because I will not be going past 2. Yeah.
So we in the same boat, brother. We in the same boat.
I will not be
2
going
and
past
done.
2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, don't try for
the third. You might get a bonus, baby.
We are not.
Yeah. I'm either getting snipped or I'm putting these nuts in a microwave and just gonna zap them. just gonna go away.
This is what happens when we reach an hour and a half on the podcast, and Kyle's had 4 drinks.
2. Don't exaggerate, because if it's in 1 cup, it's 1 drink.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. We don't know anything. We do not pretend to be professionals. We just like to hang out and talk shit.
Yeah. Thanks, Joseph. We appreciate you.
We do appreciate you.
Hey, he's been here the whole time, though.
The whole time.
You rock with us, man.
He went through all of it. So.
Yeah, it's been a good time. Hey, first show, 400 people fucking on the ride with us. We appreciate it. Hopefully you had a cocktail or 2 and enjoyed the last, whether you're a Kentucky fan, Louisville fan, Tennessee fan, or just love college sports. We're going to try to do this.
Like Coach Evans.
Yeah, Notre Dame fan.
Apparently, I'd like to listen to 3 idiots talk about sports like we know what we're talking about.
Yep. And to be honest, that's Twitter. So it's like just, but yeah.
Oh boy, man, the comment section is now devolved.
Hey, he knew what was up too.
Hey, bro,
the truth coming out.
I have been there. It is not fun.
I actually saw a doctor.
It's not an enjoyable couple of weeks.
The amount of vasectomies go up during March Madness for that reason that Joe Biden drug dealer is talking about right there. Dudes do it right then so that they can sit there.
That's smart.
And just watch games and not do anything.
That's chess. Most of us playing checkers. That's chess.
Yeah, that is right. Oh man.
Oh boys. Well, hey, T, you have a good one. Alex, I think we're going to be watching the games tomorrow, so come over and we'll have a couple another pours. But it has it's been a good one, and let's do it next week and talk about where we are. Please, God, Pope, sign some dudes, get some commits, man.
We struggle. Get some news for this man.
Yeah, I need it. And the lights went out again.
And the light went out again.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect timing.
Go Cats.